Hi everyone, how are you? I've been looking forward to this evening to be able to share with you what is going on with this new boot camp. So I've called it the 5-day ultimate coaching bootcamp experience. Now, why have I called it that? It's quite lengthy. Well, that's what I believe it actually will be. It will be an ultimate coaching bootcamp experience. And so where do I start? Well, I thought maybe I'd start with, why have I done this? It's something I've never done before, and I guess I've just got pages and pages of comments of what people actually want help with, what they're struggling with. Anybody that works with me, I put them through a client assessment where they get to answer some really important questions that they've never really asked themselves. And in those questions, they have an opportunity to really put into words what are their biggest challenges, and to also question why are they investing in a coach in the first place, and what are the outcomes that they want to get from that. Because anyone that works with me, be it one-on-one, be it invest in a workshop or a program that I may run, everything I do as a coach, or any great coach, they are outcome focused and future orientated. So everything is about moving you in the direction of where you want to be, and put where you don't want to be in the past and just kind of leave it there. So just to share some of the things that people have really been struggling with is, especially now, a lot of people are losing clarity around what's going on, and they're feeling very lost. There's a lot of people feeling lost, confused, and very much questioning if what they're doing is what they want to continue doing. People have lost their confidence, feel like they've lost direction, want to have a better understanding of themselves and those around them because they want to improve their communication. Most people are all about, I was heading in this direction and now I just don't know where I'm heading or what I even want. One of the things that I personally have really struggled with over time is managing just the day-to-day stuff. And I realized that there is so much out there for us to do that next thing, to improve upon ourselves, go towards our dreams, start a business, change our career, and all of that is absolutely fabulous. Hi, Monique. It's all really fabulous. However, and I know my mum's probably on here as well, she knows one of my biggest challenges, which I know I'm not alone here, is just balancing everything. I still have a household to maintain. That just, life gets a little bit crazy when I don't make a priority with that. I have finances to manage, and often I'll turn a blind eye to that as if, everything's fine there when perhaps it's not really. My health can sometimes take a back seat, and it's not until I have a little mini wake-up call that it's like, oh, that's right, I haven't been eating properly, drinking water, I haven't done much exercise. Sometimes relationships start suffering. My personal well-being can suffer. And then it occurred to me, who's running something out there to help us manage everything behind the scenes? I haven't found anything. And so because of that, that's led me to create this ultimate boot camp experience. I've got so many words in, I can't remember it myself right now. And so this is not about another thing for you to do that's just going to tip you over the edge. This is not another thing to do that's going to have you feel even more inadequate. This boot camp is going to go for 5 days, starting next Monday. I have a series of topics that I will communicate with you every day. I don't know how long those topics are going to go for, whether they go for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45, an hour, depends how I feel on the day. It'll also depend on what you draw out of me. What are some of the personal challenges that you're having? And I will weave a response, tips, tools, and resources into the next 5 days. So I haven't got anything pre-written. It really will be designed based on what you say you want help with. So some of the, and I'm going to send this link to you after you've gone through this live with me. But some of the things that we're going to look at is your home, right? Decluttering, giving you an opportunity to declutter one area of your home, right? So that you can enjoy that space. So for some of you, it might just be clearing the table and keeping it clear all week. For others who may have a bit more time, you're like, you know what? I'm using this 5 days to sort out that room that I have just been closing the door on. Relationships, we're going to look at getting you to schedule some fun with your loved ones and make some memories. So again, depending on your time will depend on whether you do one thing or many things. Finances, one of the bootcamp actions will be to track your spending every single day for 5 days. Something, again, we don't do enough of. The point of that will be to address where the financial leaks are, because sometimes, you know, a little bit here, a little bit there, and then over time, we've had money just kind of leak out. So it's taking back control of that. Health, making some healthy choices, intentional healthy choices, introducing exercise, but not just any exercise, you finding something that you really like. Again, it could, the level of intensity or the time frame is completely up to you. You will determine that. However, it's a commitment, 5-day commitment to yourself to do that thing every single day for 5 days. If you are going to weave in exercise, I'm going to encourage you to find something you actually enjoy, right? If it's walking around the block for 10 minutes with your earphones in, listening to something motivational, then do that. If for you it's hitting the gym hardcore and building up a sweat, then go for that and do it for 5 days. Mindset, obviously this is the area that I specialize in the most. I'm going to teach you some tips on how to manage your overwhelm, stress and anxiety, and how to think differently, right? There's some of the things that I'll cover in that 5 days. I'm going to talk to you about a to-do list, creating a really effective to-do list so that you can tackle some of those errands that again have just been frustrating you or overwhelming you because you walk past something like, oh, I still haven't done that thing, or your to-do list seems so long, you don't know where to start, it's overwhelming, so you kind of pack it away. We'll come up with some to-dos, some errands that again you will weave into and complete in the 5 days. All right, so that just gives you a little bit of an overview of what the 5 days is going to look like. And I just want to share with you now what I will be talking about each day. So what I just mentioned there, I'm creating a support sheet for you. And this will be a bit of a template that you can fill out, and you can work at your own pace every day for those 5 days. So the topics I'll be covering. Day 1 will be how to stop beating yourself up and develop a positive mindset that starts to get you results. Who would like to learn how to do that? Day 2 will be how to create a winning strategy and build back some confidence. Right? I know many of you have lost your confidence. Day 3, hi Lyndall. Day 3, understand the ripple effect of your own success on those around you. All right, so I want you to create some wins in some of the areas that operate behind the scenes, behind what everybody sees, behind the career, the business, whatever it is, to establish a really healthy foundation that you can build on And as you're doing that, addressing some of the things that I shared earlier, that inspires people. And who doesn't want to be an inspiration, right? So I want you to really understand the power behind you actually stepping it up and making some tiny little changes in your life that's going to have someone turn their head and go, wow, how did you do that? That's amazing, right? Day 4 will be how to lead yourself into a life of continual growth and development. Investing in yourself is key. And if you haven't perhaps considered or thought about having a separate savings account for personal development, that's something that I'm going to encourage you to just entertain, right? If you're not investing in yourself, if you are not green and growing, many of you have heard me say this, you are ripe and rotting. And so obviously my business is called Work-Life Balance Academy, so I have a real heart and urgency to help people to get a more effective balance in all areas. And so this is where we're not going to ignore any of those areas. We're literally going to be investing in them day in, day out. Now, why have I said, and I haven't shared day number 5, I'll get back to that. Why have I made this a 5-day boot camp? Because I want you to have the weekends off, right? I don't want to be doing anything on the weekends, so none of my boot camps will be run on the weekends. I may do the odd course, but generally weekends are a no-go zone. That's me switching off and being with my family. So day 1, 2, 3, 4. Day 5, I'm going to talk about how to celebrate your wins well and encourage yourself to keep going. So they're the topics. That's what I will be coming on board and talking about in the 5 days. You will have your support sheet that you will be able to set up and work through for those 5 days. So what I'm doing is I am charging a really small amount of $10. Why am I only charging $10? I just want people to ensure that whoever hops on board values it, right? Even if I only charged $1, if I charged $150, it's probably well worth over $250 what you'll get in that week. But $10 is just so that there's an exchange, and anybody who's not willing to, give up 2 coffees for this bootcamp experience, then this isn't the right thing for them, and that's completely fine. We want to make sure whoever's in the bootcamp is in 100%. We're going to cultivate a community. We're going to encourage each other along the way, cheer each other on, and the whole point is for you to just take some action and build some momentum, right? And then you can just keep going, right? You can just keep going. The following week, print out another copy of your support sheet and go again, right? So ultimately, it's my gift to you. The main reason why I'm doing this is to introduce to you what is available and how a coach can really support you. So for those who really love it, you will have an opportunity to continue this one-on-one group style coaching with me over time. Now, I'm going to be running 3 boot camps in the next little while. So at this stage, it looks like I may do 1 a month or 1 every 6 weeks. It will depend on how many people I get in the first intake. Those who want to continue with me and say, Kel, I love that. That was the best thing for me. I want to keep the journey going with you so I've got some accountability and I've got that support and encouragement, and I'm a part of a community of like-minded women who want to create some change as well, who are struggling with the same things as I am. You will have the opportunity to continue that journey with me at a founding members investment cost. So I don't like saying the word cost. Your investment will be a members version of that. Introductory version. Anyway, you know where I'm going with this. So I'm going to place it at a particular investment price, And anybody who jumps on board because now's the time for them, that will be the lowest price that I will have for it. Then if you want to come back in for the second boot camp at the same $10 investment, you are more than welcome, right? You're welcome to do as many of them as you like. However, the next intake, that introductory member's price will go up a tier. Then when I run it a third time, again, you are welcome to come back again and do it for the $10. But then the tiered amount will go up a third time, and then the fourth boot camp will be the actual price that I will be offering this journey for. Right, so I just want to highlight that to you guys. I want to give you the first opportunity because, you know, I have a real privilege of being in your life once a week, talking with you and engaging with you, encouraging you, I'm trusting, and it's my gift back to you. So anyone who does take that that new introductory amount, that's all you will have to pay for forever, right? So whilst you continue the journey with me, so I am hoping that you love the experience so much that you're willing to commit 12 months to yourself, right? 12 months to yourself. And like I said, I'm price pointing it at a really, really affordable investment. And so that, you know, if you've always said, I want a coach, but you haven't known who to work with or what's involved, and you really like community and being around like-minded people, this might be the thing for you. And guess what? It might not be as well. And that's completely fine, totally fine. So what else can I tell you about this boot camp? After the live, I'm going to insert the link so that you can register. I am going to encourage you to grab a girlfriend and do it with her, right? Whether it's a daughter, whether it's a best friend, whether it's a colleague at work, just somebody that you know who's willing to do this with you, support you, but wants to take some action, build some momentum and create change for themselves as well. Please don't go finding someone and twisting their arm, right? I will never twist anybody's arm, right? If it's the right time and you're ready, everything's just going to line up, and this is just going to be what you've been waiting for, right? And you'll just hop straight on board. If it's not, that's totally fine. And so please respect that for those around you as well. Don't go saying, hey, you need to do this. Just go have a chat with a special girlfriend and just say, hey, I really want to do this thing. I'd love if you might do it with me, but if you don't want to, that's cool as well, right? Because you just want two people. And look, if you don't have anybody, or maybe you don't even want to let anyone know you're doing this, then just let me know. And there could be other ladies in the community who don't have a partner yet. And some ladies might happily have a threesome. You know, they'll have 3 in a group and have you join in. Another reason why I wanted to do this boot camp is I really want to help people connect with other like-minded girls. I know that there's many, many girls who really struggle with connection with other friends. There's many of you in this group, and so I'm not going to name anyone, but I have had you all in the back of my mind because I'm like, I think of somebody else and I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys would make the best of friends. Then I think of someone else and I'm like, you guys would just connect. So my vision for this, right? Like I said, this is new. This is so new. I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know how big it's going to get. I'm not focused on the bigness. I'm focused on the ones, right? I only care about you, the one. If it expands, then I'm wanting it to expand with great girls who are not only like-minded, they're big on support, encouragement, and cheering each other on, right? And if all goes well and we create this amazing community, which I'm calling the gathering then will end up putting on a retreat. So if we can cultivate friendships and connections in this space, then I am willing to run a retreat for you so that you can all come together and you can meet each other. You can give each other a hug, hopefully. If not, anyway, no, I'm going to believe that there's going to come a time where we can reconnect and hug one another. And we're going to just take some time out. All right, we'll revisit all the things that you learn throughout the 12-month journey that you may engage with me on. Something really exciting I wanted to share too, because obviously this is my gig, right? I can create it to be whatever I want it to be, right? As big, as grand, as little, as small, whatever I want it to be. I can turn it on, I can turn it off. So I've just had so much fun, like I said, listening to you girls and coming up with solutions for you. That I've decided, anyone who decides to come on the journey with me for 12 months, any course that I run, are you ready? Any course that I run, you get to attend for free, completely for free. So don't freak out and go, oh my gosh, she must be price pointing this so much, I'm never going to afford it. No, not at all. It's just felt like being generous. I just thought, you know what? If you were to invest in each one individually, it would cost you more. But if you're willing to trust me and go on the journey with me, and if you're willing to support and encourage other people on the journey with you, you know what? I just want to give back to you. I just want to cheer you on. So that includes my, what have I got? Take back control of your thinking. Some people would know that as pressure language and freedom language. That includes discover how you're wired. That includes the 6-week mindset challenge, where I haven't even promoted that to you girls yet. That is literally all my greatest coaching tools. I haven't run any in such a long time because I'm working so much with one-on-one clients that I'm doing one-on-one with them, taking them through the journey that way. It's a part of the six weeks that we go through. You will get to attend that as many times as you want. I run a Plan Your Life workshop, which is a whole day workshop. You can come and attend that live. I will do one online. And then, of course, there's the 12-month mentoring that I've now decided to create something brand spanking new. So you would be able to use that place as a place to ask me whatever you want. I'm basically here for you for 12 months within the 5 days, right? So Monday to Friday, I'll come, depending on what you want help with. You know, I've got a loose idea of what I'm going to cover once a month, but really I'm flexible with that depending on what the needs are at the time. So there'll be lots of structure, there'll be lots of teaching, there'll be lots of tools, there'll be lots of Q&As. I'm also, if you're up for it, willing to do some coaching sessions. So, you know, people can say they want to talk about particular things and I'll just nominate who's going to be the participant of the week, and I will do a live one-on-one coaching. And you guys, you know, I used to do that with students. I used to coach coaches, not sure if everyone on here is aware of that. And I used to have all the coaches come on to a webinar. There'd be about 200 students, and one lucky student would get to be coached by a master coach, and that would often be me. And so then they would have their own breakthroughs just listening to me coaching another student. And so I thought, why don't we do that in here as well? Yeah, it's what I used to do. You're not a coach in training, but when they were being coached, they weren't the coach either. They were just a participant being coached. So I'm happy to throw that in there as well. So I think I'm out of puff. Any questions? Does anyone want to type something in? You have a question perhaps I haven't covered or answered. So I've opened the registration for you as of today, and opening it up for everyone in this group until Wednesday. Wednesday, I will go live with everyone, right? I'm going to mention it to people in all different groups that I'm a part of, and I'll open it up. Again, don't freak out, ladies, with me opening it up. I'm really clear to everybody for who it's not for. All right, so I'll tell you, this is, I think, have I written it down here? No, it's in an email that I'm sending out. Actually, if I don't have your email address and you'd like to stay in the loop with just some other stuff I'm doing behind the scenes, please just PM me and I'll make sure you get this email that's going out to everybody on Wednesday, because that may be a good email to send to a girlfriend to be able to say, hey, here's a little bit more information, because sometimes we don't quite know how to language it. I know my mum can be like that sometimes and go, Kel, someone asked me what you do. I still don't really know how to explain what you do. So there you go. That email might just give you something to forward to a girlfriend. So yeah, send me your email. But in that email that I'm going to send out, it actually says who it's not for. All right, so that's going to, I guess, wean out anyone who's just not our community. And because anyone who does join the gathering, which is going to be the 12-month community that I'm starting up, we don't want them in there, do we? And you know what? It's our thing. And so, yeah, don't panic the fact that I'm going to open it up to everyone, because I think the way I'll word it will whittle out those that perhaps aren't a great fit. Hope I'm doing that okay. So yeah, any questions? Not seeing any questions. So what do you think? I'd love to hear your comments. What are your thoughts about what I'm doing? What excites you about it? What are some of the things that you would like some support with personally? What just sounds great about it? I'd love to hear. Thank you, Monique. I think you're amazing too. Awesome. Oh, thank you, Lisa. You're amazing. You're amazing. And you are one of my biggest inspirations. And hello, Shantae. How are you? So nice to have you on board. Ah, awesome, Monique. I'm really glad. Ladies, this is just really, really encouraging. So encouraging. Because, you know, do you agree with me? We are just bombarded with all this stuff on how to do the next thing, that everything underneath the surface is we're struggling. We're not on top of our households, our families, our health, our finances, our self-care. I want to see us start to redirect our time, focus, and energy back to ourselves, back to our households. Let's take our household back, take back control of our household. Let's take back control of our health, our relationships with our partners, our kids, our best friends. You know, I realize we give so much time and energy to people that they matter, but when the going gets tough, they're not there like our family are there for us. And so why do we spend so much time making sure we catch up with all these people who sometimes are really just acquaintances, instead of redirecting that time into our own family? So awesome. Yeah, thanks, Sue. I agree. It's so important we connect with like-minded souls. Jane, you don't have sound. Everyone else has got sound, don't you? I'm getting comments. I'm trusting that you can hear. Okay. Awesome. All right, well, doesn't seem to be any other questions. If you've just joined and haven't heard the start from the beginning, I'm going to save this. It'll stay in the group. And look, again, if you've got any girlfriends that you think would really appreciate and enjoy being a part of the Take Back Control group, and they're a part of, or they're a good fit, then feel free to invite them, right? They're so welcome. So I'd love for you to join me with the 5 days next week. I'm going to post down below, once this video uploads, the link to registering. and I look forward to speaking with you again next week. All right, take care, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.